All right, it's the end of the week. It's your final question. Let's make it a case because cases are fun. Let's just start right with the answer. We have our wonderful case with Mr. Schmo coming in to see you, and the answer is deficiency, heat, yang, interior. All right, if you had yin and interior, it's not correct, but I can see why you did it, but I'm going to explain the whole case through with you, and you'll see why it's yang. So the question was, according to 8 principle, what's his diagnosis? Okay, and the 8 principles, of course, are yin and yang, hot and cold, interior, exterior, excess, and deficiency. This is, again, great for complex cases. They're really great for in your clinic to just break it down very simply. Is this person more yang, or are they more yin? Are they more deficient? Are they more excess? And so on. So I'm going to read through the case with you. All right. So Mr. Schmo comes to your clinic with a giant rash on both cheeks. Immediately, it's a rash. You want to think yang and heat in terms of 8 principle. It's on the cheeks. Now, a full yang heat will be the full face probably. The cheeks make me think malar flush. Okay, so maybe we're thinking a yin deficiency, but I'll discuss that more. He said he's had it for 8 months. Now, anything over 3 months is considered, at 0 to 3 months is acute, 3 to 6 months is subacute or subchronic, and then past 6 months is chronic. So this is a chronic case, which should tell you with 8 principle, deficiency. All right. He came to see you at 11 a.m. yang time, and you observe that the rash looks light red, dry, and there are no vesicles. So it's light red, so mild heat. It's dry. Well, that could be blood deficiency. It could be body fluid deficiency. It could be heat drying. Okay, and no vesicles means there's no fluid, there's no damp involved here, or water metabolism issue at that level. He says it gets worse as the day progresses, and at night it looks like his cheeks are on fire. Well, we all know that that's a yin deficiency sign. As we go into late afternoon and evening, it's yin time. Yin deficiency heat will show up then. He occasionally wakes in the middle of the night scratching his cheeks, so that heat can make it dry and then can cause a little bit of wind and itch. He sweats at night, yin deficiency, has insomnia with frequent waking, which of course is a yin deficiency style of insomnia for the most part. It could also be heart fire or liver heat, but because everything else is pointing to yin deficiency, probably that's what it is. That empty heat is rising at night and agitating the mind, so you're always waking, always waking, always waking. All right, and his tongue is red, no coat, yin deficiency. Pulse is fine and rapid. Classic yin deficiency signs. So if this was a Zong Fu question, he obviously has some yin deficiency, but it's an 8 principle question. So again, your answer is, we see that it's a chronic condition. We know it's yin deficiency. He has a deficiency syndrome. He has a heat syndrome. There is no cold anywhere. He has an interior syndrome. This is not an EPI. There's nothing at the channel levels. This is all an interior issue. And we'll talk about channels, by the way, in one of our weeks. And that's a huge thing, huge issue, and terribly taught thing in most colleges. So we'll go through that. And the answer here is yang, because we're not talking about yin deficiency here. We're talking about 8 principle. It fits in the category of heat, interior, deficiency, and yang, because yang has to do with heat. So I hope that's clear. If we put yin there, it would mean this person was cold, cool, introverted, maybe some moisture, dampness, something like this. It is yang. But the answer in Zong Fu would be yin deficiency, which is showing the empty heat. So those are different ideas. So I hope you can be clear on 8 principle. It's very kind of separate. Oh, it's interior, it's yang because it's heat, and it's deficiency, so we have empty heat, and well, it's heat. So there we go. I hope that made sense. If not, do make a little comment and we can talk about it further. And again, look at a case anywhere you can find one, and try and look at it 8 principle wise and go, what do they have from the 8 principles? Not all of them will apply to every case, but oftentimes they will. So have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on Monday for an entire new subject.